Lori here. I'm trying to get a head start on my filming for next week because I really won't be home next week, so I'm trying to pre-film as many videos as I can. And one of those videos I'm going to pre-film is the top 10 books that I'm excited to hopefully snag copies of at BEA and Book Con. I really am excited to go to these conventions. I've never been to BEA before. I have been to BookCon two times. Last year was the first time I started going again with like a book blog and stuff like that. But I never got to go to BEA before, so I'm super excited. And I know that technically ARCs are not the focus of these conventions, but I really do look forward to getting them. And I'm really excited for Book at Con this year because it seems like it's gonna be a really fun experience. So these are just some of the top 10 books that I hope that I can snag early copies of. I will be hosting a couple of giveaways, and I'm going to do a video about that hopefully later tonight where I can at least tell you guys about it, and I'll post that closer to next week. And then I will also be chatting to you guys about the bookmark giveaway that I'm also doing while I will be there. So if you are going to be at BookCon and you are a follower at my channel, comment below and keep a nose out for me. And also go follow my Instagram because that's where I will be posting all the day-to-day information. Like, come find me, you have to say something, and I'm going to put that all on my Instagram. But let's get into the top 10 books that I hope to snag at BEA and BookCon this year. The first book is no real surprise, and that is Wild Card by Mary Lou. I was able to get an early copy at BEA from a friend last year, and I simply adored Warcross. I really enjoyed it. That ending was a killer, and I was like, oh my god, I need book 2. So I really hope that they do have copies at BEA. I know that I don't think they're giving them out at BookCon because those lines were chaos last year. And again, go check out my tips and tricks for more information about avoiding those drops. But I really hope that they have copies at BEA, and I know that Mary Lou is signing, so that is definitely one of my most highly anticipated book signings that I am going to whenever it is. I think it's Friday. The next book I'm going to chat about is What If It's Us by Adam Silvera and Becky Albertalli. I have a funny story about why I want this arc, and I also want to read it. I also want the book because I really want to read it, and I think that I love Adam Silvera as an author, and I adore Becky Albertalli, but I have a running joke with Adam Silvera that I am going to collect all his books in ARC form because I have all of his books in ARC form, and they're all signed by him, so I need to get this one to add to my collection, and that he is like the only author I do that with because just ironically, throughout my life, I've picked up all his books in ARC form, except for More Happy Than Not because I got that at Owl Crate, but all of those books are on my shelf. They're all signed. I still have to read one of them that is still on my shelf. But yeah, I'm really excited for this. I really love Becky Albertalli's books, and I know Adam's are ridiculously sad and heartbreaking, so I'll be really curious to see like what the balance is. And also, as a fun fact, if for some reason this does not happen, which isn't, you always take a shot that you don't, I am going to the Epic Reads event in July, and they are going to be some of the featured authors there, so hopefully by the end of July, either way, I will have an arc of this book. That is the plan anyway, but I really hope to snag it this summer, and I will be attempting to go to the signing on Friday as well. The next book I'm going to chat about is the second book in the Prospero Running series by Alexandra Bracken. I will admit I am probably going to read this book in ARC form and then probably buy a finished copy because their hardbacks are so freaking pretty. But I loved book 1. I thought it was such a solid middle grade. This is actually the conclusion to this duology. And I know everyone and their mother wants ARC copies of Darkest Legacy, which is the spin-off series to Darkest Minds. And I would like that as well, but it is really not a priority for me. If I happen to be in the line and I have nothing else going on, I will probably wait in the line. But I am getting a personalized copy from Good Choice Reading signed. So I don't know, but this book is definitely a priority, and I will definitely be waiting in that line to get it signed. Either way, this is definitely the focus. If I can also snag Darkest Legacy, that is great as well. So maybe you guys get a bonus one. There's really 11 books I want to get at BEA and Book Con. The next book that I'm going to chat about is The Second Story by Neil Patrick Harris. Mini life update. I actually got to see Neil Patrick Harris when I went to go see Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. He walked right by me. And if I was not so shocked, I probably would have said, I cannot wait to read the second story. But he had his back to me and I was too startled. But yeah, I'm really excited to read these books. They're super cute, super fast. They have really, really fun stories, but also like try to teach kids magic tricks because Neil Patrick is like an amateur magician. I cannot speak today. Magician. But they're really, really fast reads, and I if I get this at BEA and Book Con, I will probably read it during BEA and Book Con and then give it to my kids at the gym. So that is the plan, but I definitely want to snag a copy of this this year. This is a book that if I don't get a advanced reader copy of this, I will be super bummed, and I really hope I do. It is on my highly anticipated list. I don't think she's gonna be at BEA, so hopefully I'm just hoping that they're gonna drop the arcs, and that is The Wicked King by Hallie Black. I read Darkest Part of the Forest before I read The Cruel Prince, and I wasn't the biggest fan of Darkest Part of the Forest, but I love The Wicked King. I thought it was so well done, and it was basically Game of Thrones with fairies, which was so, so well done. So I really, really need book 2, and I need to see what happens. So yeah, when I get this book, I am definitely reading it. I think that I'm going to do my June TBR probably today, but I'm going to put an addendum to that video that the top 2 books that I will definitely be reading in June is Wild Card and Wicked King. So no matter what else I'm reading, those 2 books are definitely going to get read because they're my most highly anticipated book, and I'm taking some cues from Super Space Chick, and I'm just going to read the books that I'm super excited for, and this and Wild Card are them. So I will definitely be reading these early. I'll probably tease you guys and give you guys my general thoughts, but the reviews will be closer to release date. The next book that I'm super excited to get my hands on, and I'm even going to hope to get a ticket for the ticketed signing, is The Dark Deep by Brandon Reich and Ali Condi. In 2017, I fell down a deep hole and fell really, really addicted to Stranger Things. And this is basically a Stranger Things meets the Goonies. And the minute I heard that title, that summary, that synopsis, I was like, oh, I'm totally getting this book. I need more Stranger Things in my life, and that we don't get another season. We don't even know when we're getting it. They're filming, but we don't know when it's going to come out. So this will be the perfect tie-over book, and I'm really, really excited to get it. And I'm waking up ridiculously early so I can get a ticket for this event. That's how you know I'm really excited for a book. The next book that I'm super excited for is Grayson Fury. I always feel myself like gravitated towards books that have 2 sisters as the protagonists, and that's definitely like what this book is about. And I know it's set in like kind of an interesting society. I'm really excited for it. I just hope that we can snag copies of it. If worse comes to worse, I will just pick it up when it comes out in July. But it just sounds really, really cool, and I know that I would definitely be interested in getting an advanced reader's copy and sharing you guys my thoughts a little bit early. Next book I'm gonna chat about is the 3rd book in the Stalking Jack the Ripper series, and that's Escaping from Houdini. Hunting Prince Dracula is still on my TBR, and I really do want to read that. I think I'm gonna do another video that's gonna talk about the books that I need to read before BEA and Book Con, or read before I can dive into my highly anticipated books, because there are a couple that I really want to read before I read all of my BEA books. But yes, that will be a different video, but I'm really excited for this. Really excited to reading Hunting Prince Dracula because it's definitely a massive book compared to Stalking Jack the Ripper, but I heard Carrie talk about it and it just sounds so cool, so I definitely am excited to read that sooner rather than later. And I know she is signing at both BEA and Book Con, so there's a good chance I will be able to get the book and get to meet her. The next book that I want to be able to snag from BEA and Book Con is Girls of Paper and Fire. Be totally honest, I don't know much about this book. I don't want to know much about it, so I'm not reading a summary, but the title sounds amazing. I'm so intrigued, and I love the cover, so that's why I want it. So hopefully I can get it. It doesn't come out till November, so this is definitely a book that I would love to snag early and read it in a timely fashion and give you guys my non-spoiler thoughts. So hopefully that works out. Last book I'm going to chat about in this video is City of Ghosts by V.E. or I don't know which one. I think it's V.E. Schwab. I think that's what she's calling herself for these types of books, but I'm really excited for that book as well. She uses when she's writing middle grade and young adult. But yeah, I'm really excited for this book. The Corey and Karina from Owl Crate read this book already and they loved it, so I really am excited for it. I just finished reading Out of the Wild Night, and that was another ghost story, so I really hope that I like this story equally as much. These are just some of the books I hope to snag at BE and Book Con. I know I will get books that I'm not even wanting, and that's totally fine, but these are the ones that I'm definitely going to be looking for and putting on my schedule and hoping to snag. As I always say, go for these cons for the experience, and if you want more tips and tricks for BE and Book Con, go look up my tips and tricks that I posted last week. But yeah, so I hope you guys are having a great day. Let me know in the comments what are some books you want to get from BE and Book Con. And if I forgot any, tell me in the comments. I'm sure I know about them, but if I listed every book I wanted to get from BE and Book Con, this would be a really, really long video. So I just did the highlights. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.